Welcome back to another episode of DietzEatz. I am your host, the Dietz. Today what we got going on is we are making what I like to call flopped nachos. Now, by no means in the world are these going to be the most delicious nachos you'll ever have in your life. But what this is it is a real simple way to make nachos. And one of the best parts is you get to just use your leftovers. You don't have to go through the hassle of making something from scratch. You got those burger patties that you didn't eat last night? Go ahead, throw those in. You got that roast that was too big, couldn't finish it? Use that. Super simple. Use what you have in the fridge. No real recipe to this, just showing you the technique. Let's get cooking. If you got store-bought tortilla chips, feel free to use those, but today I'm going to be making my own. First things first, we're going to melt some butter in a frying pan. Now don't worry if you throw too much butter in there. We're going to use the excess a little bit later. This butter is what we're coating our chips with, so feel free to personalize this flavor a little bit. I'm adding cayenne pepper, cumin, garlic powder, and seasoning salt, but you add whatever you feel will be delicious. After that, we're going to cut our tortillas into our chips. Now I'm using corn tortillas because I like their flavor more than flours, and it's what I have. Like I said earlier, this meal is just kind of thrown together, so use whatever you have lying around. We are now going to completely coat our chips in our seasoned butter and lay them down one layer on a baking sheet. Do this in small batches to ensure that every part of your tortillas has some of that buttery goodness on them. As soon as all your chips are on the baking sheet, go ahead, pop those babies in a 350-degree oven for about 12 minutes or however long it takes until they're nice and crispy. With our chips done, it is now time to start prepping our toppings. We'll start with our jalapenos. If you can't handle the heat, scoop out the seeds and the stems like this. But if you like a little bit of a kick to the face, chop up those with the rest of the pepper. Other vegetables we're prepping include dicing an onion and tomato as well. Along with these, we're also going to be prepping our lime. To make it easier to squeeze the juice out of later, apply pressure on it and roll it back and forth. While doing this, you should feel the membranes loosen up a bit. Then go ahead, cut it in half, set it off to the side for later. For my meat, I'll be using some leftover roasted pork that I got. Like I said, just use whatever the heck you got. These nachos are by no means a culinary masterpiece, and you should not treat them as such. You should treat this meal more like your roommates just got home totally blitzed, and they asked you to make them some food. Treat it like that, and these nachos will turn out exactly how they're supposed to. For sauteing our toppings, we're just going to use the same pan that we used for our chips because those seasonings in there go super well with our toppings too. In our pan, we're adding onions, jalapenos, garlic, and our pork. We're also going to add a healthy spritz of lime. Now I like to use the back of a spoon to help me get as much juice out as possible. For seasoning our toppings, we'll be adding some cumin, cayenne pepper, cinnamon, and paprika. Once all those flavors are mixed in, get to know each other, and our toppings are nice and hot, we're going to set that off to the side for later. For this next part, you're going to want to use a non-stick pan. The reason for that is because we are going to be coating the bottom of it evenly with a layer of cheese, and you're going to let that heat up until it gets nice and gooey. Now it's time to start layering your nachos. Start with your chips, and feel free to use most of them on the first layer so all that brown cheese can stick to them. Next, add your toppings, then more cheese, then the rest of your chips, and the rest of your toppings. And now it's time to flop our nachos. Continuously fold the nachos together and oh mama, does this look amazing. Let's not forget to add our tomatoes and continuously flop this baby together. Once your ideal amount of floppage has been reached, go ahead and plate that bad boy up. So here is our completed flopped nacho. Now I didn't garnish it, I didn't try and make it look pretty, because that's not what it is. It's sloppy, greasy bar food that's quick to make and delicious. Now, for the best part, I'm gonna try it. Oh man. Those homemade chips where I could flavor it how I want to, amazing. Those the cheese I got nice and browned in there. The tomatoes give it a little bit of an acidity and cut it a little bit. These are amazing. Great late night food. Thanks for watching DietzEatz. Go ahead and like our video, subscribe to the channel. This is one of our first videos, but we're gonna be bringing you more and more content as time goes on. And we can't thank you enough for watching, and we'll see you next time.